episode number 240 of these comics going to make good film and television shows. We got Batman and Robin number 22, and we have New Avengers number 1. So we got Marvel versus DC in this episode. Let's check them out right now. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you so much for spending time with me as we rant about movies, comic books, and television shows, as well as the occasional board game. I'm your host, Frank Zanca, an award-winning screenwriter, novelist, and comic book writer, as well as a filmmaker. And yeah, we got Batman and Robin, and we have New Avengers, so we're definitely going to be talking about Marvel versus DC in this episode. Before we begin, though, remember, give me a like, give me a subscribe if you can. If you can share this video out there, that would be amazing as well. And ring that bell, ding, ding. It'll put my videos into your feed. And yeah, remember, too, that I am a writer. So if you'd like to read anything that I've written, you can go to Amazon.com and just type my name in there. Or you can click the link in the description below. That includes my 4-novel series based on a sci-fi IP called Destiny Aurora. It was also made into a board game, an RPG, and a graphic novel. It's also on Audible, and all my books are on Kindle. Also, my fantasy novel, Tales of Ravenor the Iron Witch. And then we have my new comic book that we're putting out, this new graphic novel called Fairy Tales of Terror, where we have a murderous Cinderella going around New York City killing everybody with Captain Hook as well, who's got a fire fairy with him, so he's got his own version of Tinkerbell. And we have Tiger Lily chasing them down and making sure that they don't destroy the world. So that's Fairy Tales of Terror. It's coming to Kickstarter. It's on Kickstarter right now in a pre-launch, so you can just click notify me when we launch. Anyway, you can go to the QR code right here, or you can click the link in the description below. All right, so let's jump into Batman and Robin. So this is a continuation by Philip Kennedy Johnson. He's been on the same storyline now since he came onto the book, which I believe was issue 10. So he's already on 12 issues of the same story. And truthfully, I'm getting tired of it. I like what he's doing overall, but I'm getting tired of the story. We really don't know anything about this character of Memento. And he doesn't look like he's really giving us much. Like, this issue here has very little story. I like the development of Damian Wayne in here, where he's looking to possibly leave being Robin and become a doctor. He's actually giving his time to being kind of like an orderly or whatever else in a hospital, because there was a little girl in there that was hurt, which he felt responsible for, and he kept visiting her, and instead what happened was that he ended up staying and basically being like almost like an intern. So good stuff all the way through there. Now he's been captured by Memento. We don't know that for a fact. And I like the idea of Batman, you know, at one point in time when he was being trained as a detective, he partnered up with this detective who was training a whole bunch of people, basically kids. And now as an adult, he's now paired with one of the girls that he was training with, who is now part of Scotland Yard and has come back here. And she recognizes him in this issue, but she calls him Jack because he had a false name when he was being trained. So she doesn't know him as Bruce. But she recognizes him as being the guy she trained with, which I thought was interesting. So we start out with Damian captured by Atticus Bly, who was blamed for the Memento murders, but everybody thought he died, but he was older then, and now it's like 25 years later, maybe. So, I mean, guy's got to be like 80 years old now. I don't know how that even works. But anyway, so we did a flashback of Memento. Again, it doesn't really give us a whole lot of backstory on the character. And the other detective, I forgot her name, but the one that he had trained with, realizes that the guy was kind of speaking in rhyme, And of course, that makes Batman think of Etrigan, so they go see Jason Blood. These kids that are in underground, which I guess Batman has coerced into searching areas for Damian, since he can't be everywhere at once. Instead of, I guess, getting Dick and Jason and Barbara and all the people he would normally that have the ability of not only searching but being able to protect themselves, no, he gets these kids to do it. Oh, not buying that one, man. Call a bullshit on that. But anyway, they're searching through these various tunnels, and they found this underground city that supposedly during No Man's Land fell into the... I don't know. I'm not liking that either. That's the scene there where she tells him that she recognizes him and that Damian reminds her of him. But anyway, then they go see Jason Blood. I do like that top panel there. I think that's pretty good. And he forces Etrigan to come out to question him. And again, I like that panel as well. And I guess he knows at Moment to a certain degree. But anyway, the poor kids at the very end up running into Momentum. So, like I said, not really a whole lot happened in this issue, and that's what this thing's just dragging and dragging and dragging. So we're on issue 22. So I'm going to give it 2 more issues, issue 24, for him to wrap this up. If not, I'm jumping off, and I'll jump back on when he's got a new story. I don't like this, writing for the century. I'll write that Tom Taylor did the same thing. I'll write the same story for 5 years until I'm no longer on the book anymore. And at that point, still won't wrap it up. So I am not a fan of this. I'm a fan of, write for the trade. Don't write for the omnibus, where you have 5-6 issues, you wrap up the story and you go on to something else. The same. I'm tired of the villain. I don't care. I don't care anymore. So you get that point where it ends up being, just attrition, where you just whittle down your reader until they just don't care anymore. It turns into apathy. And that's pretty much where I'm at. So 2 more months and I'm jumping off. Hopefully he can read the room and say, okay, maybe I should close this up now. Maybe Memento's not the most exciting guy in the world that nobody knows anything about. All right, so let's jump into. But the writing's good, but the story, I'm already kind of closed off. That's the problem. And the only thing I like about it is Damian, and he's not really even in the book. So let's jump into New Avengers. So this is obviously a take of the Thunderbolts film. But I would have preferred if they had the Thunderbolts characters in here for the most part. Instead, and I'll just reference the thing instead of bringing the book up. So they have Bucky. Okay, so Bucky was in both movies. But then they have Black Widow, not Yelena. Okay, I don't know why she doesn't have gloves on either. And then you have Laura, who is X-23, which is, Wolverine, I guess they're calling her, which I really hate. I like the character, but I hate the fact they call her Wolverine, and she looks the same. She has the same costume as Wolverine. I don't like that at all. She's her own character. Keep her own character. And then we have Namor. I like having Namor in there. And this is written by Sam Humphries, who is not a good writer. He's not a good writer. In fact, I just watched Wes's on Thinking Critical, his how he even got his job. And it's pretty eye-opening. And then you have Carnage in here? Why? Why is Carnage on an Avengers team? He's a villain. I don't get that at all. I think it's a bad idea. And then you have Hulk in here. Okay. Whatever. And then you have Clea in here, who I like Clea. But I don't think you need a magic user on this team. But what do I know? So the artwork is generally good. So we start out with Bucky questioning this guy who owns a gas station, and I guess this is taking place during One World Under Doom, which I can give a shit less. I don't like Ryan North's writing in the least. I don't think he's writing Fantastic Four well. So for sure, I wasn't going under One World of Doom. I don't care. So I don't think anybody's reading that thing, truthfully. But anyway, he accuses the guy of selling out his neighbors to Doom. So I guess we almost have like a Nazi type of situation here. And he blows up his gas station. So that's nice of him. But then all of a sudden, I mean, we're in the middle of the desert and Black Widow sneaks up on him? What? I'll just tell you right now that the dialogue in here is god awful. I mean, awful. The dialogue is bad. And then all of a sudden they end up in bed together? What is going on here? And she's like recruiting him for a mission. This is generally a very bad comic. And then we have her show up, meaning Wolverine, X-23, Laura, whatever you want to call her. So she shows up and she immediately starts killing people. So I guess we're okay with that now. I mean, literally, she has her claws in somebody's head coming out their face. It's a nice thing, but okay. And then we have to flash back to her getting recruited. Why? She looks so weird without the gloves. Or she just has her skin out. It just looks weird. But anyway, they find, I guess, these people that have been experimented on. There's this one girl that has, like, multiple eyes, and he, like, insults her, and she hides her face. But then we find this big thing here, and I guess that Jackal is involved with it because he does cloning and stuff. And then we go into the traditional thing where now we have clones of the Avengers. And they're fighting clones of the Avengers. Can you get any more tropey? I mean, that's been done a million times. I mean, literally, you saw that with the original Avengers, too, with Jed McKay. That nobody could come up with a good idea. But anyway, there's something hits the thing, and I kind of like this, and that's where Namor shows up. I love that picture of Namor. I think it's great. Unfortunately, they don't use him extremely well, and they call there's the Avengers. Okay. Or it's actually not the Avengers, it's the Illuminati. Sorry. So he had cloned people of the Illuminati. So, and then Clea shows up. Laura gets her arm blown off. And that's the end of that. And then Black Bolt shows up. So, that's it. I think that's a one and done for me. I think that is a one and done for me. There are only 3 Marvel books I'm getting right now, and Magic is one of them, and I think that ends in 2 more issues, so that's going to be done. I'm getting the new Star Wars, and Jedi Knights. I am getting the new Star Wars as well, but I don't think that's as strong. That's by Alex Segura. So I'm on and off with that one. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue that one or not, but I'm going to at least continue another couple of issues. Jedi Knights is really good by Mark Guggenheim. And then the one I really look forward to from Marvel every month is Moon Knight by Jed McKay. But he can't write team books, so that's it for that. All right, so let's do a recap. New Avengers. No. In fact, on a movie basis, I'm wondering what's going to happen. I think Fantastic Four is going to get blown out. Superman's going to destroy it. And it's not going to do well. And then Marvel's going to be really worried about their $500 million movie Doomsday, because all the actors they have and then all the executives, they're coming out the gate with $200 million budget without even rolling camera. So they're going to end up at at least a $350 million movie. and then 150. So you have a 500 between the 450 and a $500 million budget. So they have to make $1 billion. It's never going to happen. Never going to happen. I am personally not going. I'm not going to see Fantastic Four, and I'm not going to see Doomsday. I'll tell you that right now. I'm done with Marvel. I'm done. And I'll go see Superman, though, and I'm probably not the only one that has those opinions. They screwed up Fantastic Four. I don't want to go see it. I've been collecting my Byrne run, my John Byrne run, and that's really because I can't read Riding North shit, so I'm going to go back because I love Fantastic Four. But I like the old stuff. I don't like the new stuff. I'm reading the reprints by Kirby, but the new shit, and then in the movie, the casting on that is horrible, just horrible. I'm turned off completely. So yeah, I personally think that Marvel movies, if they can bring them in at like 100 to 150 million, they just better stop because all they're going to do is lose money. That's all they're going to do. And I think that they have everything booked out for the next 10 years or whatever else, or at least the next 5. And they're all going to be huge budget movies that have all these actors in it. And, RDJ is probably getting 50 million by himself. It's a failing formula. It's just what it is. All right, and then Batman and Robin, overall it's good, but I'm done with the story. So again, if by 24 you will not see me reviewing 25 if he doesn't know how to close this up. Somebody needs to smack him in the head. His editors need to go, close your damn thing up and start something new, you damn lazy bitch. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to give me a like, give me a thumbs up if you can. If you can subscribe, please do. Share this video out there. If you'd like to read anything that I've written, remember too that I am on Amazon. You can just type in my name into Amazon. All my books will come up. Remember too that Fairy Tales of Terror is on pre-launch on Kickstarter right now. You can click the QR code, or in the description below there's also a link as well. All right, have a good one, guys. I'll see you guys on the next episode.